Hi and welcome along to DR Sports. We've got a great panel for you here on the Round Table Talk, joined by Doyle from Liverpool, big Liverpool fan as we know, Matisse repping Chelsea online, and of course West Ham Fan TV's very own Nicky Hawkins. We are here to discuss the big subjects of football. Guys, I've got a question, one simple question that I'm going to put to you, starting off with you, Matisse. Can Arsenal win the league this season?
I'm going to leave.
Yo, everybody come, let's go.
That was mad. You lot disrespectful.
Wow,
Robbie, and all that. What's going on?
Wow, I didn't know this was one of your
question to be
questions.
asked.
I didn't know this was one of your questions. I'm not going to lie.
It's a
I'm
question to be
flabbergasted.
asked.
I'm discombobulated, confused.
No, in all seriousness, it's a question worth asking because Arsenal, at the moment, they are top of the league. They're playing great football.
They are.
Yeah.
I mean, the game the other day, the game the other day against Brentford, that's a tricky little game, early kickoff. You know, remembering what happened last year, they literally done the opposite to what they did last year. They bullied Brentford and they played them off the park. And they've been playing teams off the, I've been to all the games and they've been playing teams off the park all season. Even the game they lost against Man United, all right, a little bit of naive defending, but
played well.
I thought they played United off the park.
But
Is there not a legitimate question to ask? I know there's other great teams out there, but to ask, can Arsenal win the league?
100% categorically, emphatically, no chance. Absolutely no chance.
Not even an inkling for them,
Not even an inkling. This is
Thank you very much.
this is the Leicester 5,000 to 1 bet. If you want to put it on, that's how this is set up.
5,000 to 1
There's-
man.
It's not that bad, lad. It's not that bad.
I know I'm being
Then it's
I'm being
side.
extra triggery, but there's just no way. Like I absolutely praise and put together what you guys have done this season has been really, really impressive, and it's making you really strong, assured contenders for finishing in the top 4, which is what the goal is.
Yeah.
But to go further than that, you need squad depth. You need a better quality manager, a world-class manager. You need so much more than a good start to even think
They've
about
got
the
a bit of
title.
squad depth.
You had a couple of injuries.
The Brentford game the other day, Odegaard's out, who's arguably been, one of Arsenal's best players this season. Fabio Vieira comes in, who, by the way,
It's
costs
decent.
34 million. That's a decent
It's not
backup,
bad.
and comes in and has a great game and scores an absolute
Yeah,
worldie.
but you're eating at the Man City table, and
Yeah.
their depth is Alvarez, and they've got Gundogan, and they've got 5 centre backs, and you guys, Nketiah comes in, and he's a good player, but he's not Alvarez, and this is the difference here when you look at the two teams. It's just not even a
Wait a
comparison.
minute. Alvarez is
Second choice striker.
I know he's yet to prove himself
I
in
know,
the
but
Premier League. I
I
mean,
mean, yeah.
you didn't know much about Alvarez until he came in to the Premier League.
I know, but
So
I saw
you
some
got
South-
Haaland. You got Haaland, who's obviously is off the chart, great player. But Alvarez is, he's still got. He started off well, by the way.
Yeah.
But he's still got to find his way.
He
in
does,
this
but
league.
he's setting records in South America. He looks
So
like
you
he looks
if
like
let's say
player,
Haaland was missing.
City have had no Haaland
we
before.
wish no injuries on no player, but let's just say Haaland's out for 6 months. Would Alvarez be able to replicate?
I think Man City, they didn't have Haaland all these years and they still won the league. There's sometimes they didn't even have De Bruyne injured and they still won the league. This is Manchester City. This is Pep Guardiola. They always find a way. It's Gundogan up top against Liverpool at Anfield and scoring 2 goals. The levels are just, they're not the same. Tactically or quality-wise, there's just no comparison between the two teams. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is.
That's what I was about to say. The reason why you won't win the league is not because you're a very good side, because you are a very good side. It's because Man City. And that's it. And I know this because I'm a Liverpool fan and I've watched us play some of the best football I've ever seen us play in my entire life, and we still didn't win the league, even by a point. Like, it's just Man City are a machine, and I love watching Arsenal play football, but you just don't have what it takes to compete with them right now. They have a squad depth of 22 players that can all fit and interchange. They have a system where their players only play about 20 games a season because they've got that much step. They can rotate the players throughout the season. It's an incredible machine, well-oiled. It's the perfect football team, Man City, really.
I don't think they can.
Another point.
I don't think they can.
Another point to add, right, is Arsenal have a very young team.
Yeah.
Saka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Martinelli. These guys are young, which means what? Inconsistency.
Yeah.
And that means patches where they're not playing so great. So Manchester City have experienced veterans, winners, where you play.
I know, they gave us a couple.
Yeah, yeah, and
look
you know,
what they're doing.
they're able to give you players.
fringe players.
But doesn't that just show the gulf between the two teams that they're able to give Sterling to us, and he's our best player, almost best attacker.
Exactly,
give you a Zinchenko and a Jesus, and they're your best players almost.
Also happy to give them to competitors.
Happy.
They're like, yeah, you're in the same league as us. Go ahead, lads.
These are squad rotation players.
I think Arsenal can win the league.
Why do you think that Arsenal can beat the power of Man City?
This is a very odd season. We don't know what's going to happen this season. They've got a break right in the middle of it, which is a month and a half. That's a long break.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, if Arsenal can get to that break in a similar position than they are now, and then you get this World Cup, and then you start again, and they can start. I think it's possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen. And
That's actually a great point to take into account, because I've been saying this right from the start that, you know, this is a really crazy season.
It's going to be a freak season.
And it's like a season that you're looking at and you're like, I really don't know until it finishes how it's going to end up, because it's unprecedented. We've never had a situation like this before where, like you said, literally a 6-week break in the season.
Yeah.
So we don't know what players. I mean, normally
Haaland's not going.
Pack schedules as well.
Normally when players come back after World Cups, normally they're shot.
Yeah, but Haaland's not going to the World Cup.
Yeah,
He'll be nice and toasty over the winter. Do you know what I mean?
How many goals already, lads? Yeah, he's had 6-7 games, got 12 goals, 11 goals. This is the reason why they're going to win the league. They, like what Matisse said, they've already won the league without this man, and now they have him. He's the final piece of this puzzle. They're going to go on to push for every single cup this season, because that's what they're capable of doing, without a shadow of a doubt. Definitely like Arsenal.
But would it put more strain on a team like even a Man City that, yeah, Haaland's not going, but literally everybody else in their team will be going, right?
That's what the depth's
right?
for.
Yeah, 22 players.
No, but even the squad, half of them will be going as well, right? And then when they come back from that, they've then got the big pressure for Manchester City, for instance, of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Which I don't care what, you know, we had a City fan the other day when we was doing the watch along, and he's like saying, the league's more important. It's not. Right now, I feel, for Man City, the pressure is going to be on them really heavily this year to win the Champions League. They've got Haaland in place now. So don't think, you know, they'll have players come back. But they've had a really, you know, tough, you know, World Cup.
Play every game, train every day.
And then come back.
If there's any chance of Man City even looking like they're not going to win the league, they will go again in January, and they can, because they have the net spend to do so. They have not even spent any money. And what we have to look at with Arsenal is that last season, when the going got tough, in the top 4 race, they went to Newcastle and they went to Tottenham and they crumbled and they cracked. And that is what happens.
Don't you think it's a little bit of a different Arsenal?
It is a different Arsenal, and that's the difference between top 4 to getting in top 4. But that's not the difference between 5th and winning the league.
Yeah.
Because winning the league, as Doyle will know, you're playing one team players, next team players, and it is literally head-to-head relentless. And that kind of pressure, Arsenal are not ready for that pressure.
They're a young side, Arsenal. They're a very young side. Like the likes
don't have
of
the experience.
Saliba, Ramsdale, Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli. They're not going to go to the World Cup and play every game. They'll probably be squad players. Jesus, I don't know how Brazil play. Does he play for Brazil?
Jesus, he's not with the squad for this international break. Although the talk is that he will make the final squad, but Martinelli probably won't make it. Gabriel, we don't know if he will go or not. I think Saliba's definitely going to be in the French squad. I mean, they'll have players away with international, you know, I mean, Xhaka will be gone and people like that. But like you said, they're probably not going to play as much as, say, the City. I mean, De Bruyne will play every game, won't he? And, you know, and what sort of toll will that take that maybe then shifts that little margin? No. You know, I'm grabbing.
There's no little margin, Robbie. This is 10 points to 12.
It shifts that big margin then. You know what I mean? Because you know what football's like. There's just when you've lost the title, it's been by small margins. Sometimes little thing that knocks that margin off. I mean, then you know, City come back and have to get going again.
But they never fail to do it. They never fail.
The World Cup finals on the 18th of December.
I mean, the first game back for the
Boxing Day.
First.
That's a week. That's a week from coming back. Are they all going to be available? Are we going to be looking at B squads?
They're going to lose a few games. They're definitely going. Man City will lose a few games this season. So will Arsenal. So will Liverpool. All these teams, but they never fail in picking up when they slack. They will lose a few games and then they will be relentless for 15. That's what Man City do. Believe me. I've
Do you think you'll challenge them this year, Liverpool?
No, I don't think we're at all. We're in a rebuild stage because we haven't spent the money when we should have with FSG to buy players like Jude Bellingham when we could have some success this season. We've tried it with Nunes. It's not quite worked out yet. I don't think that we're going to replicate the levels that we've done over the last 5 seasons. I do think we're not going to have a terrible season, but we're not going to press them as much.
Let me ask this question.
What about you? Do you think you can?
No, we have no chance. More than you can believe, no chance. No, absolutely, not a hope for us. I don't think they're going to have a challenger. I really don't.
Yeah, they've run away with it.
Before they run away with it. Is Arsenal's A team better than City's B team?
Yeah.
If you used to go through it, and you used to put them together, is it better?
But the reality is they don't play an A and a B. They rotate them so much that it just doesn't matter who they play. That's what that manager's done in that team. He's created a philosophy and a structure, and they all play along and believe in the message that he's got.
I also think Tottenham are in the.
I think Arsenal top 4. I don't think Chelsea are getting top 4. I think it's going to be Arsenal.
Well, actually, I was going to ask that question. Okay. Your top 4. Everyone, give me your top 4.
Okay, so for me, I think City are going to win the league. Liverpool are going to come second, but nowhere near close to City. I think it's going to be Arsenal and then Tottenham.
I have City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, top 4. Yeah.
City.
Well, wait a minute. No Arsenal in the top 4.
I'll give you maybe Europa League. You're getting that way.
5th, is it, lads? Right.
City, Arsenal, Tottenham.
Where's Liverpool?
Liverpool.
Okay, I was going to say. I can accept that, lads. Really? Yeah, I can accept that, lads.
Wow.
I'll go City.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, City, Arsenal. That's when it gets.
Arsenal second. Wow.
Liverpool. Spurs.
Arsenal second. Y'all are brave.
I could see that.
Do you know what it is, right? I just feel what Nicky said has a lot in it, man. This is going to be a different season. There's going to be a different... You watch, when we come back, you'll see teams losing to certain teams that you'll be like, what?
A good example of this is Mo Salah, actually. Remember the AFCON last season when he come back? He just wasn't the player.
He wasn't the same player, was he? And you can say that about... Yeah. I remember when Saka came back from the World Cup. It took him about 2 months to get going.
Yeah.
It's from the Euros. I mean, it does take its toll on players, and I think it's going to be a bit of a strange one. But then I guess you made a good point as well when you say that come January, City can go again. But listen, what do you guys think out there? Can Arsenal win the league? Yeah, we can do it. Can Arsenal win the league? It's a simple question, yes or no. We'd like to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments if you think they can. If they can't, who do you think is going to win it? And is there another outsider? Could it be Spurs that could probably creep up and win the league in this season? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to subscribe to DR and become a member. And we'll see you on the next one.